Richard Hart. Genius.
Legendary.
Arrogant, bit of a narcissist.
The benevolent king.
$250,000. Hate me. I'm farther than you'll ever be in your whole life. Whatever the governments have been doing, it's not worked out. You've never had worse interest rates. Your money has never been worth less. And the only thing that's making it better is cryptocurrency.
Crypto is money without governments, and it is money without banks.
You're not going to meet another product like this as long as you live. Yes, every scammer in the world is going to tell you something similar.
Good morning, everyone. Are you ready to look for some fraud this morning?
They are promising 40% annual return.
Everything I have worked for is staked in Hex.
Good.
I put it all in.
All what?
All over house money.
No, I don't think that it's a scam. Because I trust Richard Hart.
If ultimately this is all a big performance art project, people are gonna get fucked.
So that means I should trust you.
Listen, I think you should trust me, but if you get into the habit of trusting people like me, you'll get the crap scammed out of you.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token channel, and of course Superman Crypto. We're multicasting, streaming, and everything to over 9,600 subscribers. So a big shout out to everybody out there, and hope you guys are doing well. Let's see who's jumped in the chat. We've got a fun show. We're going to get to talk about highest of stakes again today. We've got a few little interesting tidbits there, and we're going to then jump into the markets. We're going to have a look at some of the Pulsechain project updates, and then we're going to have a look at the power of dollar cost averaging, and then we're going to wrap up and get hex.com and get paid. We like to get paid on this channel, and of course if you are mining Hex, you get paid in Hex, so we're going to look at that too. So let's get into it and see who's jumped in the chat already. We've got Lies Beneath. How are you today? Very good, thanks. It is raining a little bit outside, so I'm going to be I've got day 22 for my walk. Day 22, it's starting to mount up now, isn't it? Starting to add up these days. So a big shout out to Sandy Beach, leading the way with the health and fitness in the Pulsechain community. So a big shout out. And it is raining a bit, so I'm going to have to think about what I'm going to do there. Am I going to get in between a break, or do I need an umbrella? Walking with an umbrella for an hour and a quarter is a long time. So I don't know. We'll see how we get on. Maybe I'll try and brave it. We will find out. We got the ultimate strategy course, Hex, EHEX, PLS, PLSX, and incentive for the 100%. Richard Hart's golden crypto, and we are backing that. We are backing that big time on this channel. Who else is in the house? We got Sandy Beach is in the house. Speaking of Sandy Beach, we got Sandy Beach with a little Sandy Beach. And who else? We got a big shout out to Harry Williams. Yo, hello everybody. Good to see Harry. Who else has jumped in here? What else? We got KD as well. Hey everybody. Good to see you, super. Hey, good to see KD. KD's one of our 2 community leaders in our Discord. So a big shout out. If you haven't joined our Discord, the link is in the video description. Join up. We're having a great time in there, honestly. We got a great bunch of people that are very supportive of each other, and we talk about strategies and crypto and non-crypto. All sorts of stuff is in there. You get in there. It's a lot of fun. We've got Rocky Mountain as well. Good afternoon, all. Good to see you, Rocky Mountain. Archipelago. Hey, Archie. Good to see you. I love your tweets. Archie's ramping up his tweets, and, man, they're so good. I can see Archie's going to be soaring on the old Twitter. Hey, Archie, I don't know if you've seen it. KDP put out a tweet about the new algorithm for X. Check out KDP's tweet on that. There could be some pretty good insights there and how to grow as well. Check that out. I thought it was a nice little post from KDP there. Who else? Pudding Guru in the house as well. Good to see Pudding Guru. Sandy Beach says, I did the treadmill today. Raining here. Oh, yeah, a treadmill. Well, I don't have a treadmill. We do have a bike. You do have an indoor bike that you can ride. But I think I'm going to brave the walk because I love the walking. Day 22. Let's see it. The rock and roll. Day 22 of 300, by the way. So if you're not, if you want to get your fitness up, walking is a great idea. If you are not capable of walking, then going to the pool and walking a pool, or doing light yoga in the pool. I wouldn't suggest doing like hardcore yoga in the pool, because even that's pretty high cardio. But yeah, just ease into it, as it were. Get that fitness up. Health and fitness in crypto, very, very important. Check My Pulse says, what's up, Hex Token family? Good to see you. Check My Pulse. Sandy Beach says, next week I'm going to start adding weight training. So we'll see how that goes. So that's a good idea. Yeah, get those toned up muscles. And you guys are in summer up there, right? So Sandy Beach is in summer up in America there. We're at the last month of winter. So what day is it? The 8th of August. So we've still got, what, 3 more weeks, is it? 3 more weeks? Yeah, I think that's it. Who else is it? We got Rocky Mountain, kind of bummed. It's all been down and to the right. Honestly, I didn't think 3 months after launch price a performance would be this bad. Well, actually, we were talking about best time to accumulate is after the launch. So launch has the first 3 to 6 months. We've been saying that for a long time. So dollar cost average, and that's why we're doing the video today, the power of dollar cost averaging. But accumulating at the beginning is the best time. So that's kind of how it plays out. We're going to have volatility, but definitely no one expected the SEC to launch its tirade with its weak form case against Richard. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Adam as well in the house there. I'm not late today. You are not. You are early. Big shout out. And Archie, member for 4 months. Thanks, Superman. I'll check it out. Nice one. And a big shout out to Archie, who is a Hex Token channel member for 4 months. And I appreciate the support big time. If you want to become a member, of course, hit the join button. We've got Pulsechain, Hexskins, and the Richard Hart Club 3 memberships that help support the channel every day. And, of course, get into that. Helps pay for the streaming services and stuff like that. All right. Who else is what we're going on there? We got DCA for the win, 100% dollar cost averaging. We got Tin Top in the house as well. What's up, Tin Top? Hey, good to see you, Tin Top. Well, welcome. All right, so let's get into it, shall we? Should we get into it? I think so. It's 7 minutes, so let's go. And now I did play the highest of stakes trailer at the beginning because it's got Lamont Black on there. Lamont Black. So we're going to check out that. So let's go pull it up now from the highest of stakes. So Lamont Black is the, I guess, is he one of the antagonists? He's certainly critical. He goes, he is a finance professor at DePaul U. And of course, he's one of the antagonists. I think at the end he's kind of so-so. I think he's there's a fraud investigator, and then there's Lamont Black there, who's a finance professor. And I think he's still. I haven't seen the film, but people told me I think he was still a little bit unconvinced at the end. But anyway, if he was, it's pretty funny because he says about to watch the highest of stakes for the second time. He says. And I bought 20 of my co-workers and friends. So presumably they're from the university there, from DuPont. Even my accountant, he says, and pastor. So that's hilarious. He bought them all along for a second round to go see it. Now, we saw he posted about him going the other day, and now he's going back again, and he's bringing a whole army of people to go watch it, which is pretty fun from the university there. That's pretty, and his pastor and accountant. So there we are. Remember that. If you're going to take people to the movie again for the second time, remember to take your accountant and your pastor and at least maybe 20 friends and co-workers. So there we are. That's some advice from Lamont Black. And, of course, I think he pretty much is one of the antagonists in there, if you want to call it that. Now, Kinetics, one of the producers, says here, thank you, Lamont Black, for being such a big part of this film and its success thus far. As executive producer, it means the world to me that you were willing to do your research and ask the hard questions. And Lamont says, thank you, Kinetics. That means a lot. I hope we get to meet someday. So that's kind of cool from those two. That was pretty cool. Pulse Former says, and this is a question a lot of you ask. A lot of you ask this question. Did any of them want to know more about Hex? Lamont says, yes, they were curious about it. And we had a good discussion about how staking works. So there we are. So it has, for those a bit more critical about, it should add some sections. I'm a big fan of the Big Short. And they have these little breakout bits explaining finance terms. And they do it really, really fun on the Big Short movie. And, of course, here we could have had some of those on this film documentary, in my view, based on the way they did the creative path for this film documentary, at least based on the teasers that I've seen so far, because I haven't seen the film. So based on what I've seen, the style that would have fit in pretty well. But in any case, it does seem to be creating that good discussion, and people asking about Hex, asking probably about Pulsechain and staking and things like that. So it has led a bit of curiousness there. So I think that kind of is pretty good, I think, from that. So cool. Gabriel here says, would you be interested in a follow-up Richard Hart interview? And he says, fair question, not sure. I had a follow-up online interview with Richard, and that didn't make it into the film. The in-person was much better. Not sure he and I mix well in online forums, which is pretty funny too. 20 people sounds like a focus group level attendance. Does sound like that. they have these focus groups, particularly corporates like to do that in universities. We're going to need a full report. They really liked it. Felt like it was well balanced and high quality. So pretty cool on that. Awesome. So that was some good stuff there from one of the antagonists on the, I guess I'm going to call him antagonist on the full documentary. Now the other one too is 17 hours ago. We got another review, a very honest and fair review for the high stakes featuring Richard Wynn. Seems like the number one thing that everybody can agree on after watching is the need for a sequel. And I raised that question too because I felt like because this is a real snapshot of the past, right? And it highlights some of the exciting stuff, and they put in some cool things, fast cars and helicopters and things. I guess is what they put in there. Haven't seen it, but that's based on the teasers. But actually having a sequel seemed like a really good idea. And so we'll see. We'll watch the space on that. But yeah, I think it would be pretty cool. Now, I'd probably do it a little bit differently. And I like hype movies, and I'd probably do it more like a hype movie, which I think would be kind of cool for a second movie. But we'll see. We'll see what happens there with that as well. So some good stuff there from the highest stakes. I'm going to post the link to Twitter here if you want to check out these commentaries and updates from the highest stakes team. They're pretty cool. Let's post that in the chat there. If I can, let me pull up my studio screen. And bam, and there we go. And that is it. That is it on Superman Crypto. Big shout out to everybody watching there. And of course, Hex Token, a big shout out to everybody watching there as well. Over 9,600 subscribers. And thanks very much to all the recent subscribers. It really is cool. Help grow the channel, spread the good word about Pulsechain. It's not going anywhere. It's immutable code on the internet. And of course, we're fully decentralized. It's fully operational from the community. The community runs Pulsechain. So pretty much get on there, folks. It really is cool. All right, let's jump it away. I think that was it from the highest stakes. Yep, that was pretty much it. But some cool little updates there from the antagonist. It's a bit like hearing from, I don't know, the bad guy in Terminator or something. But it's kind of cool. The other thing, of course, is we got some cool images of people going to the theater. Look at this one. This is the best one I've seen yet. But let me know. Post in Discord if you've got any really good pictures. Because I'd love to do a whole coverage of all the people going to the movie theater. Remember, the premiere launched on the 3rd. Then it went nationwide on different selected theaters for Regal cinemas on the 4th and the 5th in the United States. It is going to the UK as well. And hopefully it will get an international hearing as well. People have asked, is it going to be coming to Australia? Is it coming to, Denmark and all sorts of places, So, we'll see how that goes with the international distribution. But a really great photo here of a lot of people going to the highest stakes, which I thought was really, really cool. Bring it on, bring it on. It's if you guys have been to like some of those like Star Wars movies, how you have Star Wars, everyone dress up as Star Wars, a bit like that. It's got a bit of that feel. No one's dressing up like Richard Hart there in particular that I can see, but they certainly, or any of the other characters in the film documentary. Although I must say that probably RG3 and others dress up as themselves. So that's pretty easy to do. All right, kind of cool. That is pretty much it on the highest stakes. Let's get in to see how Pulsechain is performing. And of course, quadruple 0558 is the price. We're down 1%. Yay! We've stopped sliding with the double digits. So there we are. It looks like we're slowing down here. We're down 1%, and we're 56% of sacrifice price. So that's quite the discount. So feel free to pick up some dollar cost averaging pulse. Let's have a look at the pulse chart on the hourly. This is the hourly chart on the pulse. We did have a dip down in the last hour. So we are still testing that there. It's not over quite yet. But yeah, we're pretty much broken down from down this line here. We're up at 7,800. We've just been sliding down here to quadruple 0558 at the moment. So let's see whether it will stop here. That is Pulse. Let's go to Pulse X at the moment. Pulse X is down 1.4% on the 24-hour basis. So that seems to have slowed down for the time being, at least on this live stream. And of course, we've got the price at quadruple 0174. And of course, one pulse at the moment will get 3.22 Pulse X. And that's fairly strong on the pulse side. Of course, the cool thing is about Pulse X is that we have the buy and burn. And the buy and burn just keeps ticking away. You're probably not thinking about it a lot of the time, but it just keeps everything that's trading on Pulse X is buying and burning. And a lot of things, a lot of protocols are going through Pulse X too, and they're helping the buy and burn go too. So it's pretty cool from that point of view. Think of DEX aggregators in particular. Really is cool. And of course, we saw a really good new innovative product launch yesterday from the from Go Pulse team on here too. Excuse me. So that was Go Pulse X, and of course on-chain swapping, and it is super fast, and the fees are free at the moment. And I believe that we're going to bring the referral up in about 3 to 7 days. So 3 to 5 days, sorry. And that is here. Go Pulse swap here. It is lightning fast. And of course, Go Pulse X here, on-chain swapping. If you want to do bridge swapping, if you want to buy something across the bridge, you can use Buy Pulse up in the top right. That will be a cross-chain. But if you want to do on-chain swapping, that means on Pulsechain, you can use it super fast, and referral codes will be coming out in 3 to 5 days. So every influencer, whether you're a YouTuber, Twitter X, or we should say, or X now, or whatever platform you're on, you'll be able to shill that out and increase the volume on Pulsechain. Only going to be good for everybody. So I kind of think that, and it's a very modest fee as well, kind of 0.25%, so it's not bad. So that is PulseX at the moment. PulseX doing pretty well. 332 billion X PulseX burn so far. 332 billion, which is pretty amazing. Look at that number. Look at that. I like how you can make it bigger. It's kind of cool like that. 331.6, I'd say, billion. PulseX is now burned. That's gone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, PulseX. All right, so that's kind of cool. It's 1.59% of all the public supply. So if we exclude the Origin account, then we're sitting at 1.56%. So almost 1.6, heading on up towards 2% of total supply burns, which is pretty cool. That will play out over time, right? Play out with reducing supply, and that's helpful. All right, so that's pretty much it. Let's have a look at the chart. Chart at the moment is quadruple 01734 at the moment. That pretty much broke down from up here. We're up at about quadruple 025 here on the 4 hourly. That's the 4 hourly. So I'm jumping around different time frames. Let's do the hourly. That's what Pulse was on. So we are up here around quadruple 2200. Now we're down at quadruple 1734. It's not over yet, but on 24-hour basis, we definitely have not dropped as much. We're only down 1.4, but we're still in a tenuous position here. Just got to wait to see whether this stops falling down. We will see. In the meantime, the incentive token at the moment is down 3%. That's so far the worst performer of the day, and that is $2.63. But the ratio is at 47,196. So the ratio of incentive token is still sliding down a little bit. Let's go have a look at that. Before we do that, let's go to the daily on Pulse, because I want to see the daily. That's the daily chart on Pulse there as well. And this is the daily chart on PulseX before we get too far ahead of ourselves. That is a snapshot of the daily. Yeah, that's pretty much it on there. Let's have a look at the incentive token. I want to bring that up. So I think I've got that on this list. Yeah, I have. So let's do that. Let's go to the daily on this one. Actually, let's go to the hourly on the incentive token, and that is the hourly on the incentive token. So we're up at around, let's inverse this though, switch it over to PulseX ratio. That is the ratio. So the ratio of Pulse to one incentive token. So we can see that is, what have I got here? PulseX. I got a PulseX. I got the wrong one. No, that's not right. Incentive token Pulse I want. This is the one I wanted. Not sure I got the PulseX though. All right, PulseX. Let's do it again one more time. There we are, 47,194. So we had the slow ratio bleed out of the incentive token, and now we're back down here again at 47,194. We have had a few little reprieves in here, teasing about single-side staking coming out, and of course now we're just down here at 47,194. Pulse per 1 incentive. Now the thing about this is single-side staking could still come out at any time, so we'll be watching out for that. In the meantime, of course, there's 7.5 million incentive tokens in existence from yield farming on PulseX, and of course the the burning of incentive through TYRH is at 10,000. Let's bring up old PulseX at this moment because we want to have a look at the yield farming numbers on that. Let's have a look at the farming numbers and PulseX app.pulsex.com. Let's go to the farms. This is on V1. V1, all the fees are used to buy and burn PulseX. V2, 0.07% of the fees are used to buy and burn PulseX, with 0.22% going to the yield farming, the LP providers, the liquidity providers. So at the moment, we've got DAI at the moment 114%, 109% on USDC versus Pulse, 86% on Wrapped ETH versus Pulse, and 115% on USD Tether This is Pulse. Those are the big four. And then, of course, we've got the more conservative ones around Pulsex Pulse at 16%, Hex and Pulse at 24%. And then we've got the last mile token, the incentive token, at 89 and 91% for Pulse and Pulsex respectively. So those are the numbers there on the farms. But if you go to V2 and you just hit up the button up here to go to V2, this is where liquidity providers earn the fees from trading. Then you can go to the info tab and you can hit the pools, and the pools will give you the details of what the actual LP farms are doing. And of course, you can see by volume. These are ranked by volume, so you can see 160% for Wrap Pulse and Wrap. Where did the ETH go? That's that meme coin from 9inch. But if you go to the LP rewards, you can hit the button there, and it will give you whatever's the best performer. But once again, you need to also make sure it's got the proper liquidity pool, and it's going to be more sustainable if you're going to enter any of those high yielding ones on here. So Wrap Pulse and DIE, for example, 179% on the LP APR. So that is there also. All right, let's go back to where are we going? We're going to last mile. Let's go to Hex. P-Hex at the moment. Hex on Pulsechain is at 1.05 cents. And of course, one P-Hex equals 189 Pulse at the moment. And of course, E-Hex is at 0.053 cents. So 53th of 53. I can't even say it. 53th of 1 penny of 100th of 1 penny. 53 of 100th of 1 penny. That's it. And one P-Hex equals exactly 2 E-Hex at the moment. One P-Hex equals exactly 2 E-Hex. So how about that? That's pretty amazing. The combined price of E-Hex and P-Hex is 1.58 cents at the moment. So down from its glory, we were up around 3.6 cents. We were so at the fork, we were probably at around about 6.6 cents. Recently, our local high has been about 3.6 cents, and then we were over 2 cents about 2 days ago or so before on our recovery rally. And of course, now we're at 1.58, so basically about 1.6 cents. So that's down 1.2%, which is not bad performance compared to, it's the second worst performer of the day. So, or the second best performer, depending on the way you look at it, right? Cup half full, all that sort of stuff. Let's have a look at the charts. And Hex here, we got Hex on Pulse, or P-Hex is at 1.54. So this is on the hourly chart. It's just running down the Bollinger Bands. But let's have a look at the daily on the old P-Hex. There's the daily chart there. It's just running down the Bollinger Bands as well. E-Hex is down on the hour too. We got a red candle on the hourly just while we're doing live stream. Thanks very much, everybody. Don't know who that was. Some decent volume came in and did that. So that is E-Hex on the hourly. This is bridged in E-Hex on the Pulsechain. Look at the daily. That is the daily. Actually, it's not looking so bad on there. Half a penny. It looks like it's sitting around half a penny quite a bit. There's the old E-Hex. Looking at the combined price of E-Hex and P-Hex, we can see that we've been going up and bottoming out, up and bottoming out, up and bottoming out there. We seem to be in some sort of sideways pattern there on the combined price of E-Hex and P-Hex on the 15-minute. There's a 15-minute chart, by the way. And of course, 1.584 cents at the moment at combined price of Hex there. The ratio, one P-Hex, as I said, is 2.07 E-Hex there. So almost 1 to 2, almost 1 to 2. And of course, that is over. So it looks like we're moving sideways essentially on that too, and the ratio. But E-Hex is doing, relatively doing a bit better. Maybe because P-Hex is doing a little bit not so good. So that's pretty much it on the market. So that is Richard Hart's gold and crypto, and of course, the dollar cost averaging. We'll be talking about that in a minute. But we're going to get through the Pulsechain projects first. Before we do that, let's catch up on the chat. We've got quite a few more people in the house, about 50 people watching at the moment. So a big welcome to everybody, and let's catch up on the chats here. The screen you're watching at the moment is the top ERC PRC 20 price discoveries. So we're going to go through that briefly and have a look at some of the better performers. Let's go up to the top of the chat here. Did I get up to Tintop? I think I did. Tintop, I got up to Tintop. And who else got in there? Clintrons. Good morning, Mr. Hex Token and crew. Good morning, Clintrons. Welcome. Big shout out to everybody on Superman Crypto and Hex Token channels. We're streaming to 2 channels, over 9,600 subscribers. So big welcome to everybody. A movie so nice, you got to see it twice, says Adam. Nice one there, I like that. Rocky Mountain says Denver showing didn't go great. 75% sold, but only 9, including us, showed, and we had 2 anti-hex trolls disappointed in Colorado following, says Rocky Mountain. Oh, that's unfortunate. Always a cup half full though, Rocky Mountain. Remember that, cup half full. They added another showtime this coming weekend at my Regal Theatre. So yeah, I guess we have had a few issues at one or two of the theaters. That's definitely been the case. But most of them have been going pretty well from what I can see. Wake Dog as well. When Hex is down to 0, are you still going to cover it, says Wake Dog. I don't think it's going down to 0. It's a mutable code. You mint your own Hex. So that's probably not going to be happening there, Wake Dog. What else? We got Brian in the house there. Nice to see you, Brian. Wake Dog says all those people had free tickets purchased by dollar cost crypto, says Wake Dog. Yeah, there are a few influencers out there have bought tickets and other people in the community. What else there? Let's jump through some of that. Let me jump through all that. Where else in there? Through up there. All right. Now, what else we got there? We're going to jump through some of that. We got MVS in the house there. Hey, Brian. Brian Jackson. Yeah, Brian Jackson. Hex enthusiast as well. Yo. Good to see you. Who else jumped in here? Elias. I'm back. Cryptos. Good to see Elias. What else we got jumping through all these comments? Check My Pulse is going to DCA some Pulse. Is Check My Pulse. Nice, very nice. And we got Kristen as well. Hey, Kristen, good to see you. Welcome to the chat and charity. Hi, guys. My kids need to go back to school. Yeah. Make sure you've got a good school. It's not doing those indoctrination plans, eh? All right, let's get into it. We got the top PRC 20s on Pulsechain, and let's have a look at the best performance. We got Matic is actually up. Can you believe it? 17%. Now, you got to take into account the liquidity pools, right? So I'm not searching by liquidity pools, just searching by the percentage gains here at the moment. We got Matic, then we got SHIB. SHIB, no surprise, they're up 2%. Uni up 2% there as well. And of course, we got SHIB there is up on the bigger pool as well, up 1%. So that's pretty much it. Everything else is pretty much down. Pepe not too bad either, but let's look at by liquidity, which I think is a much better play. So number one is Pepe, 150,000 liquidity in there. That is up almost 1%. And then we've got Wrap Bitcoin is at $22.40. Let's have a quick look at the Pepe one. That is the Pepe chart, which is not looking too bad. It's not definitely on support lines here, but that's not too bad for Pepe. One of the probably the number one that's going to do the best out of all the PRC20s. When Pulsechain moves up, it's probably going to move up relatively better, is my guess on this one, on the Pepe one. And then we've got Wrap Bitcoin, which is not backed by actual Wrap Bitcoin, but a lot of crypto does well and it's not backed by anything. So there we are, $22.40 at the moment. It's down on the bottom here at the moment, so we'll see where that goes when Pulsechain moves higher. SHIB, of course, is another one that can really move up. Yeah, we don't have a metaverse or anything like that on the side of the chain, but hey, look, SHIB got priced up without any of that stuff. So this thing could do all sorts of wonderful things in the future. We'll be watching that out as well. So that's pretty much some of the big leaderboards there. We've got Link. Chainlink has also got 23k liquidity. It's kind of getting not too bad. It's down 4% at the moment. So we'll be watching those, not at the moment while the price is moving down, but when the price moves up, that's when we're going to see some action to the upside on those. Let's jump over to the meme coins at the moment. Let's have a look at the meme coins. And of course, we're waiting for the 9-inch meme yield farming DEX to come out, the BBC token and a 9-inch token. $16 million in sacrifice for that. So it's a pretty big project. We'll be looking forward to how that performs as well. We're expecting that in the next few weeks, right? They had some audit changes, so they're making all those. So we've got a couple of weeks to go for that one. In any case, we've got this who we have. Abit came in yesterday. They've been trolling around with this Hex orange address. So that's been trending there. It's up 8%, 9%. Let's have a quick look at that. HOA, it's called. It's just been moving sideways though. So Abit, I thought you had a bit more moving power in that, but big shout out to him, spreading the good word, and he's doing a little bit of DGN too. We got Pulse Dodge there is up not quite 1%, and we're waiting for that too. So that's probably going Pulse Dodge and Paul Pleb. Those are probably going to do pretty well because we're going to have single-sided staking pools and BBC tokens. But hey, look, got to wait for the DEX to come out, right? So in the meantime, super cheap probably, relatively speaking. So you can check those out. Now the other one, of course, is Dodge from TrustSwap. TrustSwap has had a pretty good day in the office, but the meme coin there is just chilling it down at the bottom at the moment. What else are we going to say? That Fluffy Slippers is ticking away there. And Ben from BitBoy is ticking away. This is the copy, of course, sticking away there too. Pepperlorian is down the bottom there, and WH. Where did the ETH go? Another meme coin from 9-inch as well. So we've got 3 of them on the list here. That is down at 93 cents to top out at $1.53. So if you got some of that, congratulations. Pretty decent liquidity too, 147K. So we're watching that meme coin, but that's pretty much it. And the top liquidity pool is where did the ETH go? And that is the top one there. WH ETH is the ticker as well. That is the number one. Paul Pleb is the second biggest liquidity, 58,000, and Dodge from TrustSwap is 56,000, and PLD has got 37,000. It's kind of the liquidity sizes there on my meme list. Let me know if I'm missing anything else you think should be on the meme list. There's so many. Just about most of the tokens launching are memes, meme tokens basically. So let me know until the big protocols launch. That's pretty much where we're at, but I'm tracking those ones. Pulse projects. This is the main game. Is our fourth category, is it? Yeah, third category. Fourth. No, it's our fourth category. So this is the fourth category, the main category, of course, the Pulsechain projects outside of Richard Hart stuff. So Richard Hart stuff, the main stuff, is the second level. Except the right order there. Let's look by liquidity pools. Liquidity pools. There we got Algo and TYRH and Tetrap. Tetra there doing the top three. All of them over 200,000 in their pools. Then we're followed in behind in pool size by P-Share from Pulse Rate. That's a yield farming, pretty amazing returns on there too. Beetroot, of course, 136,000. Fantastic privacy suite there as well. And then we got Time Token from Internet Money Wallet. Those are the ones all over 100,000 liquidity. And then followed, obviously, also got Daytona Finance if you add them all up as well. So some big, decent pulls there. The best performer, though, by percentage is TrustSwap there from Jeff Kadakis. And I'm wondering why that pumped up. Let's have a look at the chart itself. Nice little green candle there on the daily. So that is the daily candle there on TrustSwap. And they do have some news coming out. They do have some news. Now, TrustSwap is on Ethereum, of course, as well. Explore the benefits of upcoming launchpad AITech.io. So this seems to be coming up. Not sure whether this is driving any market sentiment, but they've got AI marketplace staking platform rewards, DAO governance, real world use cases is launching August the 18th. So that's on the TrustSwap launchpad. So we'll see what that does because, AI. Now, you got to be careful with AI, right? So there's a lot of AI out there that's pretty much worthless. But if you get some AI that actually adds value, then that's probably something worth looking at. But that is one of their launchpad products, AI Tech, coming out there. We'll see how that goes. In any case, TrustSwap there, that's pretty much it. Let's jump away to what else we're going to look at there. Next best performer is B9. This is the from Papa B with around the safety. And, of course, it had a huge rally and then a sell-off. And then it's actually not doing too bad, is it? 0009. So it's almost back to 1/10 of a penny. There's the old B9 there from Papa B. You can make a rap song out of that. Maybe we should get that rap guy to make one of those. TYRH is number 3. Thank you, Richard Hart. And of course, this is burning Richard Hart tokens, and is also doing incredibly on the price there, but has big taxes on the way in, taxes on the way out, but is doing pretty well there. Lots of stuff in this, isn't it? NFTs, airdrops, pretty cool protocol. 00, just under 0.3 of a penny at the moment is the old TYRH. So congratulations. I know a lot of you in that, I think. Pretty much it. P-Hux, of course, is at up 2.7%. But Fiat is the next. Now, Fiat is the one that is going to be launching next. So we're expecting Fiat to launch this week. So Fiat is a fork of Aave. That is the next big protocol to launch on Pulsechain. We're expecting this to launch next week. So is this cheap at the moment? 28 cents, has been as high as 45. We will see what happens there. Fiat is a fork of Aave. Is expected to launch on Pulsechain this week based on the last update we had from Buck that I'm aware of. So that's kind of cool. It is live on mainnet already, but not publicly available, apparently. So that's pretty much it. On the old leaders there. We're going to watch, obviously I've got a huge list of projects on here, and we're going to be watching those too. As Pulsechain turns around, a lot of these percentages will probably turn around too. That leads us into our fifth category. You got it, stable coins, because we've got brand new categories. We're going to have heaps of these. Now this is the CST by itself, but it's got 6 different pools now. So that's kind of cool. The biggest pool has got $7,000 in it, $1,900 in this pool as well. But it's not just on Pulsex, of course. It's also on a P-Hux now, the balancer fork from Bucks and the PH Universe. So they've got a big pool over there too, or at least a growing pool. But that's pretty cool. And the big thing is that referrals are not coming out for another couple of days. So at least that, waiting for the referrals, unless you're in the United States. Sorry, let me rephrase that. If you're in the United States, it's not like they have some problems with referrals, but some people have got them working. I know that Archie in our chat there's put out a Coast update with referrals as well. So you can join up with that with Coast. You get 5,000 weight tokens. Now, I'm in New Zealand, so I can't participate in that. So you won't see my referral link on there. But we apparently the 1st of September is phase 2. So if they're on time with that, and apparently New Zealand's on the list for that time frame, then you might see me talking more about this as well in terms of the Coast signups there. So we'll see. But anyway, the pools for stablecoin is ticking away there. Yeah, it's going to grow. Once the referrals come out, you're going to see particularly grow pretty strong there. I know that Crypto Coffee's done a video as well. We're watching space on that. So that's pretty much the tokens here. We've got 5 categories of tokens that I'm covering. Richard Hart tokens, PRC20, top PRC, ERC20s, meme tokens, stable coins now, and of course, Pulsechain projects. And that's Pulsechain projects is going to grow every single day, just about, or every week. And we're going to have lots more projects on this list. It's going to get pretty big list. All right, so that leads us into one of the big protocols, the biggest one outside of Pulsex, which had over $50 million sacrifice, is liquid loans. And they have been growing big time. The stability pool is key to liquid loans solvency. Discover how the smart contract ensures the system. The financial house, we're waiting for this. This is a fork of liquidity. It's going to bring our second stable coin, USDL. And of course, it's going to be amazing what people can do. Leverage lending's coming. Collateralization of Pulse is coming. The loan token is coming, and platform earnings from that is coming. Liquidity pool incentives are coming. Also, they're going to have oracles coming. The Fetch Oracle and earning opportunities there with the Fetch reporting. You can be able to make fees on that if you participate. And of course, they've also got multi-sig coming, and they're going to have new partnerships. We heard about that recently. New partnerships coming, and one of them particularly they're very excited about. So it could be quite a big deal for Pulsechain as well. So Liquid Loans is bringing a lot of technology and infrastructure to Pulsechain. It's going to help supercharge the ecosystem. Remember, Pulsechain is the people's chain. Pulsechain is the people's chain. We have all the validators in the world that are community. There's no centralized team on that as well. And let's go to the validators just to show you that. We got 37,352 validators at the moment running on Pulsechain, and those are the people's chain. So it's pretty cool like that. 1.2 trillion Pulse is staked in there by the people and looking pretty good. Isn't it looking pretty good? And to become a validator at the moment, really cheap at the moment. Look at $1,800 it's saying there, pretty cheap. Now, the chain, of course, is immutable, and we've got 903x times cheaper than Ethereum, the first full system stake copy of Ethereum, and we're 903 times cheaper at the moment. It's $12 to swap on Ethereum at the moment. It is only 1 cent on PulseX. So there we are. It's you want to go pay $12, or do you want to pay 1 cent? And the upside on Ethereum relative to Pulsechain is teensy. If you think about it. If you think about the assets and the opportunities that are coming, Pulsechain has got all its ecosystem rolling out, and there are so many projects. We talk about a lot of the big ones. We've got lots of medium and small ones coming as well. It is a place where you can really do well. So it's kind of cool. 962 times cheaper than Bitcoin as well. So Pulsechain is the place to be. Spread the word, and it's going to be. We've got so many influencers as well. We've got huge community. It's all going to go our way. You watch. All right, so that's pretty much it on that one. We've also got the NFTs. Don't forget, we talk about DeFi. NFTs, but we've got NFTs going. Pulse Souls, of course. This is one of my favorites, as you guys know. But they've been putting out some good tweets as well as Archie has. I have been. So really starting to build a community here on the NFT space. Pulse Souls, there's only 999 of them. People say 1,000, but there's really 999. And if you talk about rat ones, it's actually even less. Imagine what the royalties will be in months from now. And of course, this person here, Crypto Little Devil, I don't know who that person is, but I'll have to follow them. They got the Pulse Souls. The royalties are off the charts, making me the Pulse get an NFT from Beatbox Market and earn passive PLS royalties. The cool thing about this is that royalties are based on turnover of NFT. So you want so many turning over. But the other thing is that Pulse Souls has 8% royalties. In other words, 1/3 goes to the team for development and stuff like that and paying for some prior rewards. But the rest of it goes to those holdings. So it's actually a really good balance between a limited number of NFTs, which are visually spectacular, versus the high yields that you get on the royalties. So it's kind of cool. And there's still phase 2 is expected to come potentially with staking and other stuff. But yeah, they've got their Pulse there per NFT that they've got accumulating. So they've got 37,000 Pulse that's accumulated to their holdings. So they've probably got quite a few there for that as well. Probably about 15 or something they're holding. Kind of cool. Swilly, just like I said, a giveaway. This guy's cooking up some royalties, and it turns out I was right. And of course, the royalties are coming through pretty nicely there. What's that? We called it and made it happen. We just donated 4 million pulse to the royalty Pulse Souls royalty pool. So other people can donate. It's not just trading royalties. If people want to donate, they can do that too. Additionally, 3 Heart Army NFTs will be given away in the next couple of days. So there's some prizes here for you. This is my tweet I put out. I put this out 20 hours ago. Henry Cavill has a dream of bringing the Warhammer universe. So Henry Cavill is obviously the Superman. Superman is my cousin. Universe. He would love Pulse Soul NFTs on Pulsechain. There are 3 rare gods up for grabs at the moment on the Beatbox NFT marketplace, and lots of other great ones too. Floor prices jump to around about 465k. Moves around, but that's pretty much it. And great royalties, of course, 8%, and of course 2/3 goes to those holding the NFTs. Rank number 64, 65, 70, and of course got the sale prices there, and of course a picture of a cool god there that may or may not be owned by someone in our community. That's kind of cool. Looking good so far. The best return in royalties for me on these souls percentage wise, which is kind of cool. And we got some cool stuff there from Archie. Archie's in our community. Big shout out, and of course a moderator in our chat. If you like NFTs, Pulse Souls, one of the premier NFT collections on Pulsechain, featuring some of the best artwork, generous royalty payouts, and high trading volume. You'll find them on several NFT marketplaces like Beatbox and Pulse Market. Remember, there's 3 big common markets now for NFTs. There's Beatbox, which is #1 in volume, Hex Toys, which is #2, and Pulse Market, which is just launched. And they're all going to be ramping up their marketing and promotions like that. Pulse Market, of course, is from My Life is Awesome and Hocus Pocus. So that's going to be pretty cool. So these are just some of the NFTs that you get in the Pulse Souls. They've got 8 different categories of NFTs, from humans all the way up to Eternals. And of course, people are trying to track down a lot of the gods and demons as well, because they're the rarer ones as well. But even within the different categories of humans, there are rarer ones within those. And of course, some people just like the artwork too. And if you like cutesy little ones, that's pretty cute. Oh, you cutesy, you cutesy. It probably turns into a violent little bear with big fang teeth. But hey, you know how it rock and rolls here. And you got some cool little ninja army. I think this is one of the. I can't know if this is a human or one of the techs. There's a mix as well. If you like mech robots, it's kind of that. Pretty cool. All right, so that's a big shout out to Archipelago there. You can follow Archipelago on there as well if you want to follow Archipelago_PLS. I'm sure Archie will post his Twitter handle in the chat there. This is only the beginning of an amazing journey. We've got so much more to come, and really excited for Pulse Souls bringing the #1, 100%. Pulse Souls going to head to #1 there. Now, they've got a giveaway on at the moment. So this is what I wanted to get to. We are giving away 3 Heart Army NFTs. So as you guys know, Beatbox developer Pedro, who's named is Ultra Clever here on Twitter, pretty hard name. But Pedro saved 2 of the protocols. He saved Pulse Souls, and he also saved Pulse 8 Yacht Club NFTs by wrapping the contracts and saving the projects. Which is pretty big. So he's been doing a big shout out. We're giving away 3 Heart Army NFTs. This is Beatbox has its own NFT collection called the Heart Army, and a big roadmap for that. As celebrated for the great work provided, you'll be eligible to have to complete the following: follow Heart Army and Pulse Souls, like and retweet. Giveaway ends August the 10th, and that's at 11 p.m. Eastern. This is some of the NFTs from the Heart Army. I'm going to post that if you want to participate. That's free, of course, to participate. All you have to do is follow these 2. And like and retweet. So am I following them? I think I am. Am I going to like and retweet? I think I did. That's a retweet. That's all you have to do to enter is do that. So that's pretty easy. I think we've got a super sticker in the house. So we're going to go check that. Let us go. There is the link there for Pulse Souls giveaway. Get into that, folks. And for me, this is probably going to be one of the 2 top NFT collections in my view. I'm very bullish on Pulse Souls, very bullish on Pulse 8 Yacht Club. So we're going to get into all that. All right, let's jump into the top here, and let's get back up here with some of these comments before I don't want to get too far ahead. I think that was it on the tweets for Pulse Souls. Let me just make sure I've covered everything I wanted to cover there. Kind of cool. That is Pulse Souls there on Pulse Souls NFT is the handle there for that one. That's going to lead us into the buy and burn. Before we do that, though, let's get into the comments and catch up. Where did I get up to here? Definitely got up to Genuine. G'day, family. Good to see Genuine. Rocky Mountain says one really bright spot has been PHUX. PHUX yield has been awesome. It has been amazing. And of course, they hit over 100 million in trading volume the other day. And I covered that, I think it was 2 days ago. So a big shout out to PHUX there. As part of the PH universe, they're going to be one of the top 3 ecosystems on Pulsechain. What else there? We got Charity. Good to see Charity. Who else has jumped in here? Sandy Beach says Hex Token. There's another one called Where Did the BTC Go? I don't know anything about it. There's probably lots of ones going on there. So I don't know sure the BTC is that funny, but the Wrapped ETH is pretty funny. Was airdrop to wallets that sacrificed the 9-inch launch. They said it's just for fun. Yeah, that's true. Hex Dad in there with the orange hexes. Nice one to see Hex Dad. Tang Gang baby. Yeah, you guys were prolific yesterday. The Terminator has landed. Looks like we got another raid in the house from Abit and his orange hexes. Romanian Dan, and of course Abit is in the house there as well. Welcome to the chat, you orange people. You Jay-Z is gonna bat with the B9. Yeah, nice. What else there? We got quite a few people with the oranges coming in there. Zesty Stream says Romanian Dan. Oh, welcome. Tang Gang says Hex Dad. They're coming in chilling in the chat there. What else? I'm going to jump through some of that. What's up, family? Bullish OX in the house there. MV asks a very good question. Are those organic oranges? Yeah, good question. That's true. Hex Dad says, sorry to keep you waiting. We are here. Great work, Superman. Nice one, Hex Dad. Appreciate that as well. There's so many oranges. I'm going to jump through all those. Christian says, yeah, buddy, I'm taking my fiat and turning it to golden finite. Yeah, I think that's going to do pretty well, isn't it, on those? We got some fire from Abit as well. Cool. Wow, Liquid Lines is coming with the army. They are indeed. It's going to be pretty big protocol. What I'm looking forward to is seeing some of the big players on there, and also all the strategies play out, like the hot pro strategy, the hot pro strategy. What's the other ones that's out there? I forgot the name of the main one. I just forgot it. Andrew's in house as well. Morning all. Thank you for the membership gift. Hey, you awesome, Andrew. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm not sure who gave it to you, but you're welcome. Like and share says bullish, and of course Hex Whales bought is in with the super sticker, and there are the oranges. If you like oranges, there are the oranges there. Orange Hex. Big shout out to Hex Whale there. Appreciate the super sticker, and all the best for your program there. It worked. We made you laugh. Welcome to the Tang Gang, says bullish. Tang Gang, yeah. No. I'm part of the Richard Hart gang. We're probably that. But that's how we rock and roll. Yeah, haunted strategy. That's what I was thinking. Thanks, Sandy Beach. Awesome stuff. Keep up this great job out there, Tang Gang. I know you guys are everywhere. So keep up it. Looks like you're having a lot of fun too. And yeah, people probably, let me know how you get on. All right, so that's pretty much it. Let's jump over to the buy and burn. Now, this is a bit of an example here of buy and burn. So you can buy and hold. So this is Boris. Boris here has got a Boris strategy, and we've got Abby. Boris and Abby, and of course they're pretty competitive, Boris and Abby. But Boris takes the strategy of buying and holding, and of course he's got $400, $400 USD hard cold cash, and of course he buys 40 units of whatever. It could be anything. It could be shares, could be crypto, whatever. And he buys 40 units of that, and it's $400, and the price changes over time. When he buys it at $10, so 400 divided by 10 is 40. And then the market changes. Market price goes down to $5. Then it goes down to $2. And suddenly some good news comes out and it goes up to $10. But what's he left at the beginning? So the price has been moving around. He's left with $400 and 40 units. So he's pretty much the same. He's made no profit on that, right? But here is Abby. Abby is slick. Abby likes dollar cost averaging. And Abby thinks that Sandy Beach is amazing because Sandy Beach does dollar cost averaging. And so this is what Abby does. Abby has $400 as well. But Abby has $100, buys it at $10. But then the price, of course, goes down to $5. And when Boris sees the price going down to $5, Boris has got his hand on his head going, oh my gosh, I've just lost half of my money. And of course, then Abby goes, no, well, I'm going to buy it at $100 at $5. And they got 20 units now. So Abby's got 20 units now, but Abby's still got $200 left. The price goes down all the way down to $2, and Boris is smacking his head going, what the heck is going on here? My $400 is now down super small there. down to what, $80 or something. And then, of course, Abby's gone, well, $2 are going to buy another $100 worth, and Abby's now got 50 units. So Boris has only got 440 units because he bought it at $10. Then the price goes up to $10, and Abby decides to buy again because Abby's consistent with Abby's strategy and buys another $100 and got 10 units. So what does Abby end up with? Abby ends up with $900 and 90 units from the $400. So Abby is very happy, and Abby has made over 2x. And there we are. Boris has Boris hasn't lost any money. It's not like he's crying or anything, but he's not really made any money either. So there we are. Abby, like Sandy Beach, is very smiley happy, and that's pretty cool. So that is kind of the dollar cost averaging. Now that can play out in different ways, of course. But if you can't really time the bottom, dollar cost averaging is pretty cool. Now, when you are dollar cost averaging, you got to think about the trend as well. Is the trend in your favor? So that's some other things you can think about. So it's not quite as simple as that, but that's the basic idea in terms of dollar cost averaging, so that you get a nice little average. And when the price does go back up, if you're buying for it to go up, then you're going to do pretty well out of that. So that's kind of the idea. You lower your cost average, and it can be pretty dramatic. Now, it's very dramatic if you buy a lot. Imagine if you buy Hex at 50 cents or 40 cents, and then you buy Hex at 1 cent. So you're going to pick up so much more volume at 1 cent, and whatever that means that when the price goes back up, you're only going to have the price to go up a little bit for you to get your money back that you paid, depending on how much you put in at 1 cent, to get back to covering your costs on 50 cents. So maybe the price just has to go to 2 cents or 3 cents, and you've covered the cost that you put up at 50 cents when you bought first time. So that's kind of the idea there. It really is kind of cool. All right, so this is a bit of update about the power of dollar cost averaging there, and the idea around that's just one way of looking at it, which is into the Hex Daily Stats. Hex Daily Stats is coming up. We've got day 1344. We're going to get into all that. Before we do that, though, we've got a few more comments in the chat, so let's get to those. What else? Who's jumped in here? We got a kiwi fruit from Brennan. Hey, nice one there, Brennan. I like that. We got kiwi fruit for sure. Good to see you, Sandy Beach, with an orange here from Brennan. What else? Hash is in the house there. The important thing for all is where the PLS bottom. What do you think? Another 50 to 7% go down, says Ash. And Sandy Beach says DCA for the win. Yeah, Abby, that's right. And Bullish says HOA equals Hex. Orange address says Bullish. We got Andrew in the house as well at the Hearts. Good to see you as well. Who else has jumped in there? I think that's it at the moment. All right, cool. All right, let's get paid, folks. Hex Daily Stats, hex.com. Links in the video description. Check it out. But here you can buy Hex on Pulsechain, and you can buy Hex on Ethereum too. This is Hex on Ethereum, day 1,344 days. So immutable code. No one runs this. You mint your own Hex. You mine your own Hex. It's all about you and the contract. Immutable code. That's it. There's no drama. That's pretty much it on that. So the day is the 23rd of July. And of course, the price there is at 0.00528 cents, 5.8% increase in the price there. The payout per T-share is 6.715, which is a pretty good day in the office there. The T-share rate is up 19.9 to 28,985. Now, when you get into Hex, there's three things that matter. Earlier pays better, getting in early because the share rate's going up all the time. And of course, bigger pays better. If you've got enough dry powder, you can pick up a lot of Hex, and bigger pays better in terms of the yield. You get a bonus for that. And of course, up to 10%, up to 150 mil Hex. And of course, longer pays better. And of course, you get big bonuses for that too. So it's kind of cool. All right. What else? We got average mining length there, 7.1 years. The APY there's 40%, but that's over all the T-shares that are currently in existence. Liquidity pool, 194 million Hex in the pool, $250,000 and 50 Ether in the pool on the ETH side. That's pretty much it. We're going to be watching that into the future. T-shares are down 3,000 to 9,855,000 T-shares. So Hex is really, really easy to understand. We have a reward pool and an ownership pool. In the ownership pool is T-shares, and they go up and down. Then the Hex payout for T-shares goes up and down. That's pretty much how it works there. The percentage of coins locked at the moment, 93.31% of Hex is locked on the Pulsechain. Another big day, and penalties actually 2.9 million. So the last 7 out of 10 days has been pretty good for penalties. You get 50% of them. The Origin accounts gets 50% of them, and of course that lowers inflation, but you get the yield from keeping your responsibility. It's kind of cool like that. The Hex is designed pretty well. Some people say Nobel Prize worthy. Change in liquid holders down 1. We've had a nice climb in liquid holders on the old ETH chain generally. The miners are down 3. That's still just slightly down, but we need to reverse that trend as well, get that into the white. We had 120,391 miners on the blockchain. Remember, it is a mutable code, and we'll be watching that too. Let's go to the Pulsechain side. So obviously we finished day 87, and we're about to start day 88, the magical day 88. Put up your hand in the chat there if you know what a day 88 means, because I'm going to give you a little Blue's Clues. It's around ETH. So there we are, day 88. But we got day number 87 for Pulsechain, so Hex on Pulsechain, the 7th of August, and we've got the price there at just over 1 penny, 1067. And the payout per TShare, not quite as strong as on the ETH side, but pretty good, 6.698 Hex per TShare. The share rate has gone up 6.8 today, 28,979. The average mining length is 7.02 years. The APY around about similar, 39.28%. And we're going to go to the T-shares. T-shares are up 3,730. We're just below 9.9 million basically on the T-shares on the old Pulsechain side. 9.48% of Hex is locked on the Pulsechain side, and the penalty is pretty similar to on the ETH side, 3 million. 3 million penalties today. Not bad, almost 3.1 million. Pretty good on that side. Liquid holders up 45, miners up 17. Obviously, it's super cheap and super fast to do mining of Hex on the old Pulsechain. Take that into account, and we've got 123,238 miners on the old Pulsechain. So it's about 3,400 more than on the ETH side at the moment. That is a Pulsechain. That's Hex on Pulsechain as well. So we've just started day 1345, and we're about to start day 88 on the Pulsechain. So there we are, folks. That is pretty much it, but you can get paid pretty similar Hex amounts on both sides, just over 6.5, almost 6.6 Hex there per T-share, looking pretty good. All right, that is pretty much it. Hex.com, check it out in the video description. Hope you guys enjoyed today's content. Let's jump over to the Pulse price. That's the Pulse price. Let's go to the hourly. Let's just leave it there, actually. We've got quadruple 0588 on the old Pulse there at the moment. Now, what are we expecting? We're potentially expecting single-side staking pools are still out there. So we're still, recently expecting this sometime. We just don't know when. Richard said experimental, so we'll see. That's still a possibility, not guaranteed, but still a possibility. What else? We've got all the big utilities coming in the next 30 to 60 days. Liquid Loans, Power City, PH Universe, and a lot of big middle-sized stuff like 9-inch DEX and lots of other protocols coming too. So it's kind of cool. We've got what have we got there? The big NFT market's launching. We've got still got Mitra coming. We've still got Power City's Pixel Park coming, and of course How to Pulse's NFT on Pulse coming. Those 3 big are coming as well. We've got 3 existing. Those big 3 ones are coming. They're big 3 sacrifice projects. They're coming as well. So we've got a lot of stuff happening in the DeFi space, in the NFT space coming. It's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, the Highest of Stakes continues to move through its path, hopefully through to phase 2. And we'll get some information about streamers and stuff like that, and eventually in the future. So that's pretty much where we're at on that. I'm sure there's a couple of things I probably missed out, but that's a lot of stuff still coming down the pipeline. Let us wrap up here. We're up to 59 minutes, so almost an hour. This is a pretty good stream today. Thank you, Hex Token. Awesome stream as always. Appreciate that, Sandy Beach. Appreciate that. And finally, to wrap up, Wookie's news. Broken news with the Wookie on spot. Wookie is on the case of the Hexagon who juiced a orange, and it came out a guacamole. That is breaking news from Wookie. Thank you so much, Wookie, on the front line. People like you really matter. We appreciate it very much. All right, let's play out some music on the way out. It's time for some music party time. Dollar cost average. Pick up those sweet RH tokens and other projects that you like. Enjoy your day, everybody. Don't just have a good day. Have a great day. Or in some cases, ABIT might say, have an orange day. Have an orange day today. Bye for now.
Here in my $3,000 Valentino Rockstud purse, my $3,000 Prada jacket, $2,000 Prada shirt, $2,000 or $3,000 Prada pants, Prada glasses, Prada hat, Prada bracelet, and it's all Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon. So the haters' tears tears fall right off. Product shirt, product hat, product glasses, product pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off.
Lil Bubble, let me ride that rocket.